In this video, we're going to be talking about common mistakes people make while they're traveling and how to avoid them. I'm Tom from Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and ringing that bell icon for notifications. Whether it's not having a packing list or being unprepared for the weather at your destination, these mistakes will make your trip less enjoyable. So sit back and allow us to make your life easier as we fill you in on what not to do. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and let us know down in the comments below what you'd like us to cover next. Let's get into it. Always check the weather of your destination on your travel dates so you know what kind of clothing to pack. If you're going somewhere that will be rainy and you don't pack a rain jacket, for example, you're not going to have a good time. Likewise, if you've planned for rain or cold weather when it's actually going to be sunny, then you'll end up with a bunch of useless gear. The weather isn't the only thing you should check in advance though. If you're traveling internationally, it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with the local customs too, just so you're aware. Our staff writer Randaya made this mistake on a trip to Thailand where she was barred entry from a temple for wearing a tank top. Exposed shoulders and knees are seen inappropriate at some temples and churches, so make sure that you're prepared with the right clothing. Swap bulky items for something more compact that does the same job and takes up less space. For example, bring a Kindle instead of books and magazines if you want to read on the flight. When it comes to charging all of your tech, a Nomad Goods universal USB-C cable or Rolling Square Incharge X can replace 4 cables with 1. Another trick to save weight on your carry-on is to wear your heaviest items on the plane instead of packing them into your bag. This includes items like thick jackets, sweaters, and hiking boots. If you're traveling in a hot climate, you can always wear your jacket around your waist and take off your boots once you board the plane. We also recommend opting for solid products instead of liquids whenever possible. Solid cologne, perfume, and foundation won't count against your liquid allowance on the plane. And just 1 bar of Dr. Bronner's Castile soap can replace your shampoo, body wash, and even toothpaste if you're really trying to cut down on space, especially the peppermint scent. Maximizing every inch of space inside of your bag is a key strategy when traveling one bag style. It's how I was able to travel the world for 2 years with everything I needed in a 40-liter backpack. One of the best ways to do this is with packing cubes. Packing cubes not only keep your clothing organized, they can help you save space by compressing everything together. Even better if you get compression packing cubes, which allow you to pack even more in the same amount of space. For the most optimal packing, make sure to get the correct size cubes for the shape of your bag. Square-shaped packing cubes with straight edges will fill the space better in rectangular bags, while cubes with curved edges are better for more round bags. When it comes to packing clothing, rolling them generally takes up less space than folding them. You can either do a quick and dirty roll into a packing cube or a full Ranger roll or bundle roll for further compression. If you're not sure which method will work best for you, make sure to check out our video on how to pack clothing, linked down in the description below. Utilizing every inch of space in your bag doesn't mean overpacking. Instead of packing for every situation, consider leaving items behind that you can easily pick up at your destination if you need them. Most hotels provide shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, so you don't need to bring your own, for example. And when traveling domestically, you can get over-the-counter medicine pretty much anywhere. So maybe leave behind that bottle of just-in-case Tylenol. There are a few strategies we recommend to help you pack less clothing as well. First of all, opt for a capsule wardrobe that you can easily mix and match versus having a specific outfit for each day. Second, choose fabrics like merino wool, which retain less odors and can be reworn several times before it needs to be washed. Third, choose multifunctional items that can be worn in several different ways so you can pack 1 garment instead of 3. Another strategy is to lay out everything you think you need on a table out in front of you and cut it in half. That last tip always comes up in the Pack Hacker Pro community about packing light. Pro is full of experienced travelers and one-bag travel enthusiasts with tons of minimalist packing tips to share. Joining Pro gives you access to community-driven info, giveaways, exclusive content, and our deals vault with discount codes for a variety of brands. Plus, it's the best way to support us. So check out the link down in the description below, and let's get right back into the tips. The best way to avoid overpacking is to make a packing list. Without one, you're likely to forget something important or pack stuff that you don't need. Plus, having a solid itinerary will help you pack exactly what you need for each activity, though going with the flow and preparing in broad strokes works as well. It can be tempting to pack for an impromptu fancy dinner or a long hike out on the trail, but if it's not already a part of your plan, you may not need it, so no need to pack for it. Packing lists can also take the stress out of packing because you literally just check everything off as you go, and it's really hard to miss packing items if you're diligent about reading your list and checking stuff off. There are a ton of templates out there, and a great place to start is the Pack Hacker website. We have several packing lists for different types of trips, whether you're a digital nomad, budget traveler, going on a road trip, or prefer sustainable gear. You can adapt each of these packing lists to your travel style as needed. After you get your packing list together, it's a good idea to practice your trip. By practice, we mean laying out all the items, then packing them up to see how everything fits. Then you can wear the bag around in your everyday life to get a feel for it, whether it's to work or the grocery store or somewhere else. Also, if you live out of it for a couple of days, you can make sure that you have everything inside to do your day-to-day routines before departing on that big trip. The 311 limit for airplanes means that your liquid allowance is 3.4 ounces or less, which translates to 100 milliliters. The part that people sometimes miss is that any gels, creams, or spreadables can count as liquids. This includes not only lotion and shampoo, but items like peanut butter, cream cheese, and hummus too. So be mindful of the snacks that you bring aboard, as it may be confiscated by airport security. Once you've got all of your liquids in the right size, make sure you put them in 1-quart Ziploc bag to help you get through airport security. You can also get a DOP kit or toiletry bag to keep everything inside organized, and there are even a couple designed for TSA compliance too. Both the Night Eyes Runoff Waterproof 311 pouch and the Tom Bin 3D Organizer Cube are 1 quart and clear. This means you won't have to remove the toiletries from the bag when you go through the checkpoint, which means you can take the entire DOP kit out of your bag, put it in a bin, and just send it through security. With other bigger toiletry bags, you may need to pack a separate Ziploc bag for your liquids anyway, so keep that in mind. Traveling without either a Ziploc or a DOP kit can be a tragedy if anything inside of your bag decides to leak. For extra protection, you can put your favorite products in Human Gear Go-To Plus bottles, which have lockable caps to prevent leaks. Having an unorganized bag will either cost you more time when you're going through security, or make it hard to find specific items inside of your bag on your trip. To combat this, we use dedicated pouches for nearly everything. DOP kits keep your toiletries in check, while tech pouches take care of messy cables and prevent small electronics from getting lost. Plus, having different sized packing cubes for underwear, tops, and bottoms means you'll always know exactly where everything is. No need to dig through your bag. The way you arrange everything inside of your bag can save you a lot of headache too. For example, put items you want easy access to during your flight near the zipper. This way you can grab them easily when your bag is underneath the seat in front of you. The same goes for toiletry bags, electronics, and anything that you need to put inside of a separate bin when you're going through the security checkpoint. Put them near the top of your bag so that you can take them out quickly and avoid holding up the line. As the saying goes, buy nice or buy twice. Whether it's a backpack, packing cube, or day pack, having a cheap item break and needing to be replaced during your trip is never any fun. The same goes for clothing. It can be fun to buy a new outfit for a trip, but it's better to buy stuff that will last versus following along with fast fashion. We're not saying that you need to get the most expensive gear out there, but investing in more durable products will save you more money in the long run, even if it's just a few key pieces. This mostly comes down to materials and build quality, and there are a couple of things to look out for. Materials like ballistic nylon are more durable than polyester, which we tend to see on cheaper bags, for example. And ripstop nylon on backpack liners, day packs, and packing cubes will help prevent small tears from getting larger, adding longevity to your gear. When it comes to zippers, YKK is a universal stamp of quality. Their zippers are some of the most trusted on the market, and we very rarely had an issue with them. This doesn't mean that you can't get quality products on a budget either. We have several videos, packing lists, and reviews of high quality travel products that are still affordable. Links down below if you want to check them out. The personal item allowance for many airlines is actually larger than you may expect. In general, personal item bags have to be around 17 by 14 by 8 inches or fit under the seat in front of you, though it varies per airline. A lot of travelers will use a small sling, purse, or messenger. However, there are some backpacks that fit the bill too. We made a whole video on personal item backpacks too, including some that fit on budget European airlines. We generally prefer traveling one bag style, but having a carry-on and personal item just gives you more space. If you run out of room in your carry-on for souvenirs and other things you buy during your trip, you can stick them in your personal item on your return flight. If you really want to save some cash on a budget airline, consider packing just a personal item for a short trip and taking on the challenge of packing everything into a small bag. This way you don't have to pay any extra, since a personal item is usually included with your ticket. So there you have it, packing mistakes to avoid for your next trip. We would love to hear your best tip down in the comments below, so be sure to leave it there so others can learn from you too. Because remember, some of the best tips come from you, the Pack Hacker community, right here on YouTube. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we will see you in the next video.